Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today's video is on substance abuse, use and its effect on our mental health or physical health. Well, the main motive of me to talk about it and to discuss about this topic today is that we know since a long time we have a lot of knowledge about drugs, different kind of other substance, and how does it how does one person get addicted to it, and what are the harmful effects of this. But maybe over a period of time we were so busy with our things, we were so much occupied that we had no time to look towards that topic. But today, if we'll see, all of a sudden in media, social media, and through all other sources, this issue is coming again. This issue is coming back again, and it is getting hyped. We almost know what it is about, but still, in today's time, it is our duty to talk about it and to spread awareness as much as possible. If we see somebody getting addicted to certain substance and which is getting which is worsening their life, or which is getting them into a wrong path or in a wrong light, it's our duty, if we see somebody, to maybe as an advice, but we can give it to a person, and maybe we can make a difference in somebody's life out there by talking about it simply. So what is basically substance abuse? Substance abuse is, it doesn't come all of a sudden in vacuum, but it begins with substance use. When a person is using any substance, which has harmful effects, it tends to change into abuse when the person uses it repetitively and it becomes a part of the person's life. And why does this happen? So there are a lot of reasons that a person tends to get dependent on a substance, and this is a very very drastic, or I think this is the kind of change that the person who's undergoing all these things, maybe he or she is not aware, and he or she is slipping into it unconsciously. But the person who is with that person, who is in the substance use behavior, can easily make out that all of a sudden the person's life has changed 360 degree when he or she was not taking the substance, and when he or she started taking that substance, a lot of changes happened in his or her life. So basically, substance use, when we use a substance, for example, if I talk about alcohol consumption, if I talk about smoking, if I talk about other substances like marijuana, cocaine, heroin and LSD, many such substances are there. But when a person gets addicted, or when a person gets dependent on that substance, and for maybe in any situation the person is, he or she starts consuming it. Okay, so when we talk about substance use abuse, so there's one common question which comes up, that is consuming any kind of substance lead to any harmful effects, be it physically, mentally, socially, any kind. Personally, I have met a lot of people, I have seen a lot of cases related to substance use. Most of them, there's a common thing in most of them, which is sense of denial. They are not ready to accept the reality behind substance use, because they are consuming it, and maybe for a while now. So they started using it as a try or as an experiment, but now they got used to it, and now they are totally dependent on a particular substance, and they cannot leave it, or they cannot, eliminate it totally from their lives. It has become a part of their lives now. So it's very difficult for them to accept. So they keep on justifying themselves, and they create a defense and a guard in front of them. So it's totally normal, and I can totally understand their point of view, that why are they doing so. But I think even if within they know somewhere that they have engaged themselves in a wrong behavior, and okay, if they do not want to accept it openly, it's absolutely fine, it's their take, but do not promote it. If you know the cons behind a particular substance use behavior, do not promote such behavior. You can, directly or indirectly aware people whom you know about it. Discourage use of any substance, or talk about it freely, talk about its cons as well. And I'm sure that you will be questioned that if you know that you are taking a substance and it is harmful for you physically and mentally and even socially, then why are you taking it? They'll question you for sure. But there comes your test, and how you will deal with it. So basically, substance abuse leads to all these things: disabilities, failure to meet responsibilities, health issues, impaired control, risky use, and social issues. As I said, it leads to issues in social relationships. Also, it leads to, it kinds of clouds your judgment, or it kinds of changes your judgment about people, about situations. It leads to distortion of your perceptions, and it also leads to alteration of your reaction time and your mood. And obviously, it's all in the negative sense. And also, due to all these things, as I also explained earlier, it also leads to a numbness of your senses, where you can meet with an accident or any injury or any kind of danger, because you are not alert, or you are not ready to be quick enough to fight back with any kind of harm or any kind of danger. Okay, so if we are talking about substance, how can we leave the most often consumed substance, which is caffeine? And I'm sure many of you out there will agree with this. Almost everybody consume tea, coffee, aerated or soft drinks, which all of them include caffeine in it as a substance. So then we all are caffeine addicts, if I'll put it that way. Caffeine also has its pros and cons. Most of us who consume coffee, we consume it with the fact or keeping in mind that it will help us stay awake, it will help us stay energetic, and we'll be able to focus, or we'll be able to complete our task or complete our work without any laziness or without any interruption. So we some of us tend to consume it in that way, but then obviously we become dependent, and we give it different reasons to consume it, like I'm a coffee lover, or I'm a tea lover, I like it, it's like it is a kind of time pass for me. But then these all are justifications. We have to agree that our body is used to it, our mind is used to it, so it becomes a part of life, and it is somehow affecting us. So how substance abuse and mental health related to each other? So there's a term called co-occurring disorder, or dual diagnosis. It basically means that if a person already is suffering from any psychological issue and is also dependent on a particular substance, so there are two things which are going side by side: the psychological issue of a person and also the substance dependence. So when these two things come together, it creates the most lethal combination for a person, and it leads to not only physical repercussions but also psychological repercussions in his or her life. So basically there is a common question which comes in people's mind out there, which is that what precedes first? Like is it the substance abuse which leads to mental health or mental disorders, or is it the other way around? Alcohol and drugs are often used to self-medicate the symptoms of mental health problems. Alcohol and drug abuse can increase the underlying risk for mental health disorders, and also it can make the symptoms of a mental health problem worse. Okay, so there are a few questions which kind of guides us that is a person suffering from co-occurring disorder of substance abuse as well as mental health issues. So a few questions which genuinely we put, and on the basis of the responses we get to know that is it a diagnosed one or not. So the first question is, have you ever felt that you have to cut down on your drinking or your drug use? Next question is, do you need to use more and more drugs or alcohol to attain the same effect of your mood or the outlook? Third is, have you tried to cut back but couldn't? Next is, do you lie about how much or how often do you drink or you do drugs? Another question is, are you going through prescription medication or is it an unprescribed medication? Next is, have your friends or family members expressed concern about your substance use? Another one is, do you ever feel bad, guilt or shame about your substance use behavior? Next is, do you use alcohol or drugs or any other substance to cope up with your unpleasant memories, or to get that pleasurable feeling, or to intensify your mood? Another question is, have you noticed a relationship between your substance use and your mental health? Like for example, do you get depressed when you drink, or when you are depressed and you drink and you feel fine? So have you resort yourself to drinking or any other substance use for that matter? Next is, has someone in your family grappled with either a mental disorder or an alcohol or drug abuse? So as a counselor during my practice, I was taught that if we want to know that if a person is getting used to a substance or is kind of suffering from any substance abuse disorder, we need to know about the history or the background of the person's family. That was there any any history of drinking, smoking or any other substance use for that matter, and if it was, then it will obviously affect the person because of his or her history. If somebody in the family has any substance use disorder or any kind of substance intake, then it is kind of a social factor as well as a genetic factor which may pass on to the person. Then the last one is, do you feel depressed, anxious or otherwise out of balance even when you are sober? So this may only happen that even if you are sober at the moment, but you are dependent on a particular substance and you are not getting that in a moment, so obviously you will have withdrawal symptoms and it will kind of show in your behavior. So yeah, these were the questions. So once you will get to know about your co-occurring disorder, that is the mental health problem and the substance abuse, what you have to do is you have to go for the treatment, which includes medication, individual or group counseling, self-help measures, or in case of treatment for substance abuse, what you have to do is you have to go for rehabilitation, which will help you in detoxification. They'll help in managing your withdrawal symptoms. They'll give you behavioral therapies and some other therapies as well, depending upon your situation and depending upon the kind of substance abuse you have indulged in. It's important to get and stay sober during the treatment. relapses are a part of recovery, so no need to get discouraged. And you have to work hard towards your recovery. That's what you have to do. Get support and help from family, social workers, police, court, or mainly from the mental health professional. They'll guide you and they'll guide you for your good. Okay, so that's all for today's video, and I hope that I made myself clear enough through this video. So what you have to do is just educate yourself, stay aware, stay alert, and engage yourself in more and more recreational activities and keep yourself active. It is the most important thing. Keep yourself and channelize your mind and your body in some positive activities and in positive direction, which will help you to develop better and better skills, better habits, and you will improve as a person from inside and out. So if you like this video, then please share this video with your friends, family, and even if you know somebody who is using any substance and you want them to leave it and move on with their lives and make it a better one. So please share this video with them, and it might help them and they'll thank you later on. So thank you so much, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, then please go and subscribe, like it, comment it, and if you have anything to ask, then most welcome in the comment sections. Till then, as I say, stay positive, stay hopeful, and yeah, we'll meet in the next video for sure.